I think after such a long time, we have reached a situation where peace and tranquility prevails, where people are able and in a position to pursue their dreams and their aspirations. So my message to not only the youth but to everyone would be that it is only if we have peace and tranquility can there be development. And only if there is development will we be able to all prosper together. And therefore we should shun this path of violence. It does not get you anywhere. We just have to see outside how the world has moved on, how India has moved on. And therefore embrace the future. And the world over, the future lies in shunning violence. And if we do that, it will only hasten the process of ushering a new era of development and prosperity in the state. It's another kind of a war that the entire country is fighting, and I don't think there's any single family which has not been affected by COVID. And therefore it is our responsibility as the armed forces of the nation in this hour of need to do whatever we can for the help of our citizens. After all, if we are there for you all, for the people of the country. And therefore we have left no stone unturned. We have spared no resources to help out in this hour of need. We have established various hospitals in not only the metros but in other areas also. We have helped the local administration in setting up additional beds, in repairing their oxygen plants, in providing oxygen cylinders, to the extent that we have even pulled out our medical staff, our doctors from less affected areas and deployed them in the more high pressure stations and areas where there were more COVID cases. But I am happy to say that overall in the country the number of COVID cases has now seen a downturn, and I think we are well on the way to beating the second wave that has taken place. And as a result of the capacities that we have built up over the last month and a half, I think we are much better prepared to tackle any third wave that may or may not occur. Ensure that the ceasefire holds squarely on Pakistan. We are willing to observe the ceasefire as long as they do so. But while the ceasefire is on, the other activities that they are indulging in, that is the terror infrastructure which is there on the other side of the sea, the terrorist camps, the terrorists, that continues. And therefore there can be no slackening as far as we are concerned in our levels of preparedness or alertness. As far as the other question you asked regarding trust, trust is a very difficult thing to come by, and it takes a very long time to develop. And there have been decades of mistrust between Pakistan and India, and obviously the situation on that score cannot change overnight. However, if the ceasefire continues, if they continue to observe the ceasefire in letter and spirit, if they stop and desist from trying to push terrorists across and foment trouble in India, then all these small steps will definitely go incrementally to build up that level of trust between the two countries. So as I said, the onus is entirely on Pakistan to build up whatever we have achieved so far.